Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year. I want to show you some hand mudras that we can have fun using today. Hand mudras are gestures that you put different fingers together. This is an ancient holistic technique for getting to different parts of your body, healing different things. And people use mudras a lot when they're meditating or when they're doing breathing exercises. So 3 popular mudras that I'd like to suggest to you today. One is put the thumb and pointer together, palms facing up on your lap. Palms facing up is a receptive mudra. This is you receiving divine wisdom and energy. Now, if you do the same thing, so this is called Jnana Mudra. If you do the same thing with the palms down, it's called Chin Mudra. And this is introspective, looking within and paying attention to what's going on in your own being. So up or down, or a third one that is very popular and my favorite is the middle finger and the thumb pointed, palms up. This is called Shuni Mudra. And this mudra is used for patience and self-control. That's why it's my favorite, patience and self-control. So I use this one all the time. So not to be confused, just a little bit of difference is covering the middle fingernail. That is a whole different mudra. That's called Shunya Mudra. And this mudra is good for ringing in the ears, inner ear imbalances, stuffiness between your head. So, or tinnitus, they're called tinnitus. So a little bit of movement over the nail or tip to tip, either one. So pick your favorite mudra or no mudra at all. Make sure you're sitting up tall so that your pelvis can tilt forward and you have a nice long spine. And then close your eyes and we'll do some joyful breathing, deep, deep, joyful breaths. In and out of your nose. As you breathe in, feel your lungs expand, feel your rib cage expand, feel your belly expand. And as you exhale, feel the imaginary balloon deflate in your body. Exhale fully through your nose and then repeat. And as you take your big yoga breaths, every breath you take, think of something that you're grateful for, someone or something in your life that you're grateful for. And then maybe take your breath and think of something that you're joyful, something that makes you joyful. Gratitude and joyfulness makes for a happy yogi. One more very, very deep, long, slow breath. And then bring your breathing back to normal. And let's take a deep breath together and we'll Om in. Om Balu Satguru Bhagavan Ki. The divine is the inner teacher. Thanks again for being here. David, Did you turn down the heat? Did you turn down the heat? Thank you. All right. We're going to start loosening up our necks. So sit up nice and tall. Take a deep breath. Reach the crown of your head up to the ceiling as you inhale. As you exhale, look over your right shoulder. Keep your chin parallel to the ground. Keep your shoulders forward and turn your head as far as you can, taking your eyeballs to the back seat of your car. And take several joyful breaths here. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your chin slightly in front of your shoulder and then tuck your chin down so that you're looking at your right knee. And then you're going to feel the back left of your neck stretch. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. And now inhale, lift your chin, keep it in the same plane. Lift your chin and bring the back of your head toward the back of your left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, tuck your chin back down, looking at your knee. Inhale. Exhale, drag your chin slowly to the middle of your chest and pause here. So you're tucking your chin. And then inhale here. Exhale as you drag your chin to the left. And then park it right in front of the shoulder, looking at your left knee, keeping the chin tucked. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale as you lift your chin, keeping it in the same plane, and bring the back of your head toward the back of your right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, drop the chin back down, tucking it, looking back at your knee. Inhale, lift your chin. Exhale, keep turning your head to the left as far as it'll go without you moving your shoulders back. Keep the chin parallel to the ground and take your eyeballs to look in your back seat of your car. Inhale. Exhale slowly back to center. Inhale, reach the crown of your head up. Exhale, bring your right ear toward your right shoulder. So your face is forward. Then you're going to take your right hand and place it on the left side of your head above the ear. And don't pull on your head, just rest your hand there, just as weight. And then take your left arm and just reach it out to the side, pointing your fingertips away from you, and feel how that enhances the stretch. Slowly release, bring your hand down. Slowly bring your head back to center. Inhale, reach to the crown of your head up. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder, you face front. And the left hand comes to the right side of the head. Once again, don't pull on it, just rest it there. And then your right arm can float out, push the fingertips away to enhance the stretch. And then slowly release that and bring your head back to center. Good. Okay, let's take our fingertips to our shoulders. Bring your elbows up to shoulder height. So since it's Christmas time, we're going to do angel wings. Try to relax your neck. So try not to crunch your shoulders up to your ears. You want a long neck here, but you want your elbows up. Elbows up, but shoulders down. And we're going to start making little circles with our angel wings. And just feel loosening of your shoulder socket. And then make the circles a little bigger, and a little bigger, and a little bigger, and a little bigger. And then pause, and then go in the opposite direction, starting with little small circles, and then a little bigger, and 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 then pause here. Inhale, exhale, bring your elbows together in front of your face. Inhale, open your wings back up. Good. Inhale. Exhale, lift your elbows up and bring the backs of your hands toward each other without moving your head. So your hands won't touch behind you or may not touch behind you. Keep your neck nice and long and keep your head, don't allow your head to tilt forward. Keep your head up. And then bring your wings back down to neutral. Okay, inhale. Exhale, wings come forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, up. Inhale, open. Exhale, forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, up. Inhale, open. Exhale, forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, up. Inhale, open. Pause here. And then release. Shake out your arms. Move your shoulders around. Shake out the body. And then please change the cross of your legs. And then we'll do some more shoulder stuff here. So take the left arm forward, palm facing down. Turn the thumb down and push an imaginary curtain away. Bring the shoulder way forward. And then you're going to reach behind you with your palm facing away from you. Take your right hand and grab your left wrist. And then make sure you sit up tall. Don't lean forward as you do this. Now, if your shoulder can handle it, take your hand and grab your bicep, your right bicep, and then rest your right hand on the thigh, only if that feels good to your shoulder. This is a big stretch. And then just sit here and deep breathe and enjoy this opening of your shoulder. Big, deep breaths. One more breath in. Exhale, release. Slowly bring the arm around. Shake that arm out. Same arm, come forward, and this time we're going to palm facing up. And then take your right hand underneath, above your elbow, and you're going to bend at your elbow, bring the arm up, and then take your left hand and pat yourself on the back between your shoulder blades. So you're going to use your right hand to help coax the left arm up and behind the ear. Only go as far as your shoulders allow. One more breath in. Exhale, very slowly release. Bring the arm down, shake it out. Right arm forward, thumb down, bring the shoulder forward, push the imaginary curtain away. As you wrap the arm behind you, take your left hand and grab your right wrist. And then sit up nice and tall, chest forward. Make sure that your head's on top of the spine, not jutting forward. And then if you're able to, grab your bicep And then rest your hand on your thigh and allow your body to relax with this stretch with deep breaths. One more breath. Exhale, release. Shake the arm out and come forward. Flip the palm up, and then we're going to bend at the elbow here and use our left hand to coax this up beside our ear, patting ourselves on the back between the shoulder blades. Trying to keep the neck soft as you do this. One more breath. Exhale, slowly release. Shake the arm out. And then please grab your strap. Everybody has a strap, right? Good. Okay. Grab it in the middle. So you want a nice long distance in the strap here. And then make the belt taut between your hands. And then inhale, bring the hands above your head as far as they'll go until they won't go any farther. Pause here for a couple of breaths. Try not to crunch up your neck. Try to keep your clavicle away from your ears. Okay, now do this only if this works for your body. You're going to take a deep breath in. As you exhale, you're going to widen your hands on the strap and maybe come down behind you. Keep the strap taut. Maybe you can bring the strap behind you. Only go as far as your body allows. Maybe you can come all the way down. If not, you stop wherever your body says to stop. Good. And then keeping the strap nice and taut. Come back over your head and then come forward. Release. We'll do that one more time. Grabbing the middle. Second time is always a little bit better because you've already loosened it up now. Start with shoulder width apart on the strap, and then inhale, bring it all the way overhead. Keep the strap taut. Go as far as you can and pause. So take a deep breath. As you exhale, widen the hands. And then maybe go behind you only if you like this. Come all the way down if you like to. Good. And then all the way back up. And back down, release. And we'll shrug your shoulders, one direction, the other direction, release everything, release your neck, release your head. And now please come, if you're seated on something, unseat yourself on whatever you're seated on. And then we're gonna have our knees bent in front of us. And we're going to shift our weight onto the left hip, and we're going to bring the right knee someplace near the left foot. Okay? Everybody good? And take your hands on the left side of your body above the leg, and then you're just going to try to melt your chest down. So you're going to bring your right shoulder around, try to melt your chest down. You don't have to go very far, but go as far as your body likes. If you can come down to your forearms and that feels good to you, do that. If you can come all the way down, put your head on your hands, that's good too. This is a sleeping deer pose. Okay, slowly push up. Reshift. And then we'll shift onto our right hip, bringing the left knee toward the right heel. The hands will go above the right leg and bring the left shoulder around and just melt the chest down as far as you can, feeling the nice twist in the body. If you'd like to come all the way down, come all the way down. You can even put your block here and underneath your head if you like. And slowly push up, unwind, come back to center. Now prop yourself up with your hands behind you. Keep your feet mat width apart. Soles of the feet on the mat if possible. And then we're gonna windshield wiper our legs. We're gonna let our knees fall to the right and then back to center, fall to the left, back to center, to the right, back to center, to the left, back to center, to the right. And this time we're gonna pause here for a couple of breaths. Inhale back to center, exhale to the left. Pause here for a couple of breaths. And then back to center, and then come upright, walk your feet in and wrap your arms around your legs. Tuck your chin and scoot your tailbone underneath of you so that you can push your spine backwards in a C shape so that you can feel every vertebra open. Feel your shoulder blades separate on your back. Maybe your forehead will touch the knees, maybe not. And then come upright. Extend the legs long. Prop your hands behind you again. This time your fingers will be pointing toward your feet. Flex your feet and then just lean back, open your chest up to the ceiling as you push your chest up. So you're going to arch your back. Keep control of your head. Don't allow it to fling back. Just keep control of your head as you look up and widen your chest. Bring your shoulders back. And then all the way back upright. Very, very good. And then swing your legs around and please come into a table position. Pad your knees here. We'll be here for a little bit if you need padding for your knees. If you don't have padding and you want padding, raise your hand. David will help you. Pad your wrists here. Also, if you have wrist issues, it's good to roll up your mat and come on to that as we do some cat-cows. So take a deep breath with flat back. Exhale, bring your hips back towards your heels first. Inhale very slowly through your nose. Make the breath last as you come all the way back to table. And then exhale through your nose very slowly, making the breath last as you sit back towards your heels. Inhale very slowly as you come back to table. And then exhale, come into your cat back. So you push your spine up toward the ceiling, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, bring the belly button up toward the spine, push the mat away so that you feel your shoulder blades separate on your back. And then inhale, making your breath last as you drop your belly down toward the mat. Bring your head forward, tailbone back, have a banana-shaped back or hammock back here. Bring the shoulders down away from the ears. Exhale, making the breath last as you come back into your cat back. Inhale, making your breath last as you come back to your cow. And then come back to neutral spine. Okay, so we're going to do some cat bows. I'm going to turn sideways so I can show you what it looks like. It's not a push-up, and it's very good for upper body strength, but you have to be careful that you don't let your elbows splay outwards. You don't want to do this, okay? Your elbows are going back, and they're going to hug the sides of your body as you bring your chest forward. I'll do it this way, and then I'll face you, Phil, so you can see. You're bringing your chest forward, making sure your elbows stay tight in your sides. Don't let the elbow, yeah, good correction, good correction. And then come back up to table, and then pause, and then we'll do that again. Just really slowly, being very careful here, because it'll hurt your shoulders if you let your elbows splay out. So forward, you're gonna feel like you're gonna fall on your face, but you're not. And then you come back up. Good. And then one more time, go forward into your cat bow. Keep your elbows by your sides. And then back up. Good, very good. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right knee up towards your chest. Tuck your chin, bring your nose to your knee, and pause here for a couple of breaths as you flex your spine. So you're using your belly muscles to hold your leg up. Inhale as you kick your leg back. And then we're going to lift our left arm into our balancing table. One more breath. Exhale down, bring the knee back in. Inhale. Exhale, bring your left knee into the chest, tuck the chin, nose to knee, and hold this flexion for a couple of breaths using your belly muscles. And then kick the leg back. Make your leg parallel to the mat, and we'll come into balancing table on this side, lifting our right arm. And then hand comes down, knee comes in. And now we're going to push up to downward facing dog. If you have wrist issues, I highly recommend using blocks here because it takes a lot of weight off of the wrists. So what we're going to do, and either way, you're going to spread your fingers wide, whether you're on blocks or not. You're going to tuck your toes and you're going to push your hips up in the air to your downward facing dog. Now start with bent knees so you can get a nice long spine. Don't worry about getting your heels down, and make sure you squeeze your forearms toward each other. Your elbows don't stick out to the side. Yeah, that's good what you just did. Forearms toward each other so that your shoulders roll out and your elbows are not poking out to the side. Yep, good. Bend the knees, get the hips higher in the air. Let your head hang between your arms. Head hangs between your arms, and your chest is melting toward your thighs. And then bend the knees a lot and walk up to your hands. And then once you're here, Stay in your forward fold, grab your elbows, and then just hang like a rag doll here. You can bend your knees a lot here, even rest your belly on your thighs if you like. Good. And whatever hand is on top, you're going to switch it so that hand is now on the bottom and the opposite arm is on top. And then release your elbows and then very slowly rise up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. So this is called Anjali Mudra, which is a sign of reverence, self-respect. Pause here for a couple of breaths. And then bring your arms down to mountain pose, Tadasana. Make sure your feet are parallel to each other. And the outside edges of your feet are parallel to the outside edges of the mat. Bring the shoulders down from your ears, chest forward. Rotate your thighs inward slightly so you feel your leg muscles engage. Tailbone down. Palms slightly forward to keep your shoulders back, and then make sure your head is right on top of the shoulders. Don't allow your chin to jut forward. Bring the belly button in and breathe here. This is a very active resting pose. All right, so since it's Christmas time, we have to do a Christmas tree pose. And you all know what I'm talking about. The tree pose is where you stand on one leg, cock the opposite leg out so that you're opening the groin. Take that foot and put it someplace on the inside of the standing leg, but avoid pressure on the knee. Find your focal point. Don't look at me because I'm probably going to move. And then once you get here, you can put your hands together, or you can put them over your head, or both. And then don't forget to breathe. And if you come out of it, that's okay. Just don't worry about it. Come back in. Good. Good. Whenever you're ready, come on out. All right, so we'll go the opposite leg. So a couple of pointers. You want to train your brain to control your body. So if you feel wobbly, rather than falling out of the pose, it's better for your brain to say, okay, put that foot down and then bring it back up. Okay, so you want your brain in charge here, not your body. And the other pointer is a lot of times if you bring your palms together or even fingertips together, that helps balance. And the biggest thing is, well, not the biggest thing, second biggest thing is tightening your core. And the biggest thing is breathing deeply. That'll all help your balance. Okay, so at your own, remember what leg you did the last time. We'll just do the opposite leg. Don't look at me because I might be moving. Cock the knee out, find your drishti, and whenever you're ready. Whenever you've had enough, feel free to come out. Very good. Good. All right. So now we have to, since we did the Christmas tree, we need to do the snow angel. Make a snow angel. You remember making snow angels as a kid? We're going to make one standing up here. So starting in Tadasana. Okay, Okay, so you remember how snow angels work, right? So we're going to raise our arms and step out the right foot. And then we're going to step back in. Step out, and then step in, step out, step in, step out, step in, and one more time, step out, step in, pause here. Then we'll step the left leg out, and then in, out, in, out, in, out, in, and one last time, out, and in, return to Tadasana. Breathe. This is an active rest. Make sure your leg muscles are engaged. Okay, step your feet apart, and you may want to come outside of your mat. That's okay as long as your feet don't slip, because we're going to come, and your toes are pointed out. We're going to come into a football huddle. So your chest is down, head's forward, tailbone back, knees are bent, hands on your thighs. So right here, think about really stretching your tailbone back and the crown of your head forward to feel a lengthening of your spine, and let your neck be long. All right, shift your weight to the right. As you straighten your left leg, you're going to bring your left shoulder down and toward the right leg. And then come back to center. And then we'll go the opposite direction, bringing your right shoulder down toward your left leg, straightening the right leg. Back toward center. And once again to the right. Back to center. Once again to the left. Back to center. And then slowly come on up. Step your feet together. Come to the tops of your mats, having your blocks handy. Inhale, bring your arms up, palm facing each other, reach up with your fingertips. Exhale, bend your knees, come into chair pose, Utkatasana, or I've been calling this the skiing pose. Keep your legs parallel to each other. Inhale here. Exhale, bring your hands to your thighs, straighten your legs, flatten your spine, bring the crown of the head forward, tailbone back. Nice long spine, shoulders down from your ears. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, bring your hands all the way down to mat or blocks on one side, one hand on either side of each foot, and then step your right foot back so that you're in a high lunge. Good. Okay. Breathe here, think about your head not dropping your chin. Think about lifting your head so that there's a long line from the crown of your head all the way down to your heel. One big, long diagonal line. That's why it's good to have blocks. Keep the shoulders down from the ears, roll the elbows in. Yeah, good. Okay, bring the right knee down, patting it accordingly here because we're going to be on this knee for a little bit. Get light in the fingertips. Make sure that your front knee is lined up over the ankle and not forward of the ankle. And then bring your arms up, overhead Anjaneyasana, palms facing each other. So you're going to shift your weight forward, open your chest backward. Look up if it doesn't make you dizzy. Inhale as you open your arms in a T. Exhale, we're going to twist our body to the left. Make sure your front knee stays steady. And then come all the way back forward, lift back up, inhale. Exhale, hands come down to the blocks or mat. Lift your left knee off the mat and then step your your right knee off the mat and step back to plank. So you can have blocks here or no blocks, but you're in a plank position. So your butt's not in the air, nor is your belly sagging. One straight line, crown of the head to the heels. Good. Bring your knees down. Shift your weight forward to upward facing dog. So here's where your chest is between your upper arms. Push the shoulders away from your ears. Push your chest forward. You can lift your knees off the mat if you like, or keep them down. Good. If your knees are up, put them down. Push back to table. Tuck toes and push up to downward facing dog. Your hips are way up in the air. Okay, inhale, lift your right leg up in the air behind you. And as you exhale, you're going to swing it up between your hands or blocks, or just pick it up and move it there so that you're back to your high lunge. Okay, so now reestablish the length in your spine in this high lunge. Get your head in line with the spine. Make sure your back is flat and not hunched. That's why the blocks are good. So if you can't have a nice straight back, you want to elevate your blocks so that you can. Take a deep breath. Exhale as you step up with your left foot. And then very slowly rise up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. And then come into Tadasana, mountain pose for an active rest. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, come into chair pose, Utkatasana. Pause here, tailbone down. Make sure if you look down, you can see the tippy tops of your toenails. Make sure you have equal weight in all four corners of each foot. Make sure that your shoulders are not crunched up to your neck. Keep your head in line with the spine. Good. Inhale. Exhale, hands on your thighs, straighten the legs, flatten the back, come into an L shape. Crown of the head comes forward, tailbone back. Stretch your spine. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, come all the way down to blocks or mat. Inhale. Exhale, step your left foot back to a high lunge. And we're going to pause here. So once again, think about the alignment in your spine here. Straight line from the crown of your head to the back heel. Don't allow your shoulders to hunch up, or don't allow your chin to drop. Make sure, here's the thing. You want your blocks on either side of the foot. Don't have them forward of the foot. Have the blocks on either side of the foot, or hands on either side of the foot. Good. And then push weight into your back heel. That'll help lengthen your spine. Lift the chin. So makes a big difference, the placement of your hands here. Bring your knee down, left knee down, patting it accordingly. And then get light in your fingertips so we can come up to Anjaneyasana on this side. So we're having a quad stretch on the left, a quad contraction on the right. Bring the left hip forward, the right hip back, chest open, look up if you like. Bring the shoulders away. Even though your arms are up, your shoulders are down from your ears. You got space between your clavicle and your ears. Inhale. Open arms in a T. Twist to the left. Right. Right. That right. And then inhale, come back forward. Reach up, exhale, hands come down. Lift the left knee off the mat and then step your right foot back to a full plank. So once again here, with or without blocks, make sure that you have a straight line from the crown of your head to your heels. Don't allow your belly to drop. Don't allow your butt to stick up. Inhale, exhale, knees come down. Shift your chest forward to upward facing dog. Shoulders down from the ears, chest open. You can lift your knees off the mat here if you like. If your knees are up, bring them down, push the table, and then tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot up in the air behind you. Exhale, swing it up between your hands or blocks. Back to this high lunge. We're going to spend a couple of seconds here. So you really need to pay attention to this alignment. The hands have to be right on outside edge of the foot. If your blocks are too far forward, this is not going to work, okay? You want to make sure your hands are right beside the front foot. And you want to make sure the knee is right over the ankle. Put weight into the back heel. And think about the long line diagonal from the crown of your head all the way to the back heel. And breathe for a couple of breaths here. So you can be light in your fingertips here. In fact, you should be using your core muscles to hold your body up and just use your fingertips for a little bit of support. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, you're going to step your right foot up. And then slowly rise up. Inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. And Tadasana, mountain pose. Reset the spine. Think about the long line from the crown of your head to your feet, stacking your joints. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend knees, fold all the way down, hands beside the feet, either on the mat or on blocks. And then you're going to step both feet back to a downward facing dog. So once again, don't let your elbows go out. Squeeze your forearms toward each other. Right. Bend the knees, hips way up in the air. Shoulders are rolled out. Bring the knees down to the mat. And then sit back towards your heels into a child pose. Rest your forehead briefly on something, either the mat, block, hands, blanket, whatever works for you. But putting a little bit of pressure on that third eye area really helps calm the nervous system and relaxes the body. Okay, and then push up for a moment and come watch me. There's a couple of you here haven't been here for a while, so I want to show you what we're going to do because you won't be able to look at me when you're lying on your back. We're going to come onto our backs like so. Palms are going to face down beside your bottom. Knees are bent. Feet are hip width apart, okay? Don't let your knees fall out. Make sure that your knees are parallel to each other, hip width apart. Palms down. Flatten your backs. This is called a rolling bridge. So what we're going to do is we're going to push into our feet, lift our hips up as we lift our arms up, roll our spine up so that the weight comes to the tops of our shoulders. And if your hands can touch down above your head, do so. And then we're going to roll the bridge down slowly as we bring this is your draw bridge. You're going to draw your arms down, bring your hips down, and then touch everything down at the same time. Okay, so come lying on your back with your heads facing toward me. Start with bent knees, and the placement of the feet is important so that you place your feet hip width distance apart, and don't just think about keeping your knees or your thighs parallel to each other, not allowing them to splay outward. Bring your hands beside your body, palms facing down, and hug your body. They're right beside your body, not out to a T, but right beside your body. Good. Okay, see if you can flatten your shoulders down, flatten your back down. All right, so we're going to inhale as we push into our feet, lift the hips up, roll up the spine as you bring the arms overhead, palms facing up. If you can touch down above your head, do so. Lift your hips way up high and shift the weight onto the tops of your shoulders. Good. Take a deep breath. And then as you exhale, we're going to roll the spine down one vertebra at a time. Bring the arms down with it as like a drawbridge and touch your hands down as you touch your hips down. And then your hands rest beside your body, palms facing down. Good. Okay. Again, inhale. Exhale, push into your feet as you roll the bridge up, roll the hips up. Shift the weight all the way to the tops of your shoulders, palms facing up, hands maybe touch down above your head, maybe not. And take a deep breath here and exhale, roll the spine down one vertebra at a time. And then touch your hands down beside you, same time as your hips touch down. Pause here for a breath. And we're going to do it one last time, third time's the charm. Inhale. Exhale, push into the feet. Roll the spine up. Touch the hands down behind you. Shift the weight to the tops of your shoulders. Bring the chest up towards your chin. Take a deep breath. And then exhale, roll the bridge down, one vertebra at a time. Bring the arms down beside you. And then bring the hips down. Now take your hands, place them on the tops of your thighs. Push your thighs away from you as you push your lower back into the mat to release the spine. Good. And then take your block, lift your hips and put your sacrum on the block. And if you can either stay here, this is called a supported bridge, or you can allow your legs to float up into the air, into a waterfall pose. And if the block's in the right spot, your legs will float up effortlessly. And if that doesn't feel good to you, the feet can stay down on the mat. Okay, very slowly, please lower your feet back down to the mat. Lift your hips, remove the block. And then bring your arms in a T with your palms facing up. Keep the knees bent, arms in a T out to the sides on the floor, out to the sides. Yeah, out to the sides. Good. Separate your feet so that you're going to bend the knees, and separate the feet so that the outside edges of the mat. Shift your hips 2 inches to the right, and then let your knees fall to the left. Yes. And then you're going to look to the right. Other left, Bailey. Yes. And then slowly bring the knees back to center, bring your head back to center, bring your hips back to center. Widen your feet mat width apart. And then you're going to pick up your hips, shift them 2 inches to the left. Let your knees fall to the right, keeping your feet apart. And then look to the left, keeping the chest nice and open. And then slowly, head comes back to center, knees come back to center, hips come back to center. And then please bend your knees into your chest and hug the knees into your chest. Roll around on your spine to release any kind of tension left in your back. And then please bring your legs flat down onto the mat into your favorite Shavasana. Get comfortable. Start focusing on your breath. Slow down your breathing. Take a body scan, release any tension that you have anywhere. And let your thoughts float by. Relax your mind. Think of something joyful to you. Breathe in your happiness. Breathe in your joy. Breathe in your gratitude. Only happy thoughts right here.